Are you ready, podcast? Time to demonstrate. Rachelle Logan, the etiquette queen, teaching us all how to thrive in the scene. Etiquette queen, she's on the scene. Professional development, living the dream. Public speaking, bridging the gap. Success is a journey, ain't no looking back. Knowledge is power, that's the truth. Learning from the best.
Greetings. I am your host, Lady Rachelle of the Are You Ready show on WDRB Media. Welcome back to my show. On today's show, I want to discuss business consulting. There is a difference between coaching and business consulting. I have had coaching focusing on the person, and then the other one focuses on the business. My guest today is a business consultant, and I have benefited from both. For businesses out there, there needs to be business structure and some advice from a professional business consultant. I have a treat for you. My guest today is Margaretta Young, and she is here today to discuss business consulting. I'll let her introduce herself and tell you a little bit about her and her consulting business. Welcome, Margaretta.
Well, thank you, Rachelle. It's always great to be here, and I'm honored to be here today. My name is Margaretta Young, and I am the CEO of the Ready for Success Group. The Ready for Success Group is a for-profit company that teaches individuals how to start, maintain, or expand their businesses. And what we do is we help you navigate the process of starting that business.
Okay, that sounds wonderful. How long have you been doing this business?
Oh, wow. I have been doing this particular business over 20 years.
Wow.
I also teach business. Been teaching for the past 27 years. I have been a business owner since I was 12, so you're talking 45 years.
Wow, not to say ages, but yeah, okay.
And we have impacted and helped over 1,600 companies worldwide. So that is in Ghana, Liberia, Sierra Leone, different countries. It depends on what my customer needs.
Okay, and you do in-person consulting, you do over-the-phone consulting, because I've had several calls with you.
Yes,
And you also do in-person consulting.
yes.
Tell me how that works, and what does a person need before they contact you for help?
Wow. Well, that works, and it depends on my customer. With the business, a lot of my coaching, I am a certified life coach and executive business coach. And so a lot of my coaching and consulting is done in groups. It's done on online platforms. And then I personalize what my customer needs. So when I meet my customer, the first thing that I want to do is have a consultation with them
Right,
to hear the matters of their heart.
Right.
What is it that you're trying to do? Because dreams are very important.
Yes, they
It's
are.
not just about, making your dreams become a reality, but I want to give you the desired outcome. I want it to be effective. I want to be able to hear your heart, because that's where my gift is. I'm able to translate that and put it into the business or nonprofit that you need so that you would be able to be successful. So when you come to me, one of the things, and some people, honestly, Rochelle, they just know what they want to do.
Right.
They don't really know how to explain it or
Right.
how to spell it out. But if you have a dream, a goal, or an idea, which is one of my workshops, and I got that working with an excellent young woman by the name of Sandy Maxwell. We were supposed to do something together, and she came up with it. Dreams, goals, desires, now what? So when they come to me, sometimes they don't even understand the full dream.
Right.
They don't have all the pieces. They just have a dream or a goal or concept.
Okay.
And if you have that, that's really all you need. But I would recommend that you have at least the name of your company, know what you want to do, and maybe a mission. But if you don't, this is where my expertise comes in.
And you have helped me with understanding grant writing,
Yes.
and I knew nothing about grant writing. And when I took your course, it opened my eyes to a whole different level of getting funding for your businesses. And and how to make the connections.
Yes.
You have references, you have points of contact for me to contact, and it was a long process.
Mm-hmm.
However, I benefited so much just from understanding how
Right.
contracting works. Because I had no knowledge of it.
Right.
And grants are something that people feel intimidated by
Yes,
because it's
absolutely.
a lot of paperwork and it's a lot of
It's
information.
tedious. Right.
But when you do it,
Mm-hmm.
the benefit outweighs all of the headache of putting
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
Because I didn't know what I was doing, and thank
Yeah.
goodness you were there. You walked me through it.
Absolutely.
You
That's
walked
right.
me through that tedious process.
Mm-hmm.
And I now understand why people are saying, hey, they have these grants. And I mean, companies all over the country have money set aside for small businesses.
Right.
You just got to know how to apply for them.
Access it. Yeah.
And you are there for that. So this is great. But it's time for a quick break. I will be right back with my guest, Miss Margaretta, and we will continue discussing the benefits of business consulting. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned to WDRB Media, where you can learn information that will educate you in areas that will help you expand and grow your business. I'll be right back.
Great question. There are so many companies that provide funding and granting. You have Fortune 500 companies. You have regular businesses. You have philanthropists. Let's see, grants just don't come from the government. Okay. You have government grants, you have grants from the state, you have local, you have county, you have companies, you have philanthropists, you have businesses, you have in-kind donations, which is anything tangible. Then you have volunteers. So let's say a company say, we want to give you a $25,000 grant, but can you match that? And you're looking like, why would I have
I know.
$25,000? I'm a grassroots organization. I
Right.
just started.
Right.
You actually do. Because from the time you're planning, that is equivalent to funding. That's equivalent to money. Your volunteer, your planning, anyone that's working with your company is equivalent. Just like they would clock in from 8 to 5, whatever time they did, that is equivalent to money.
Wow.
So even with the grant, there are a lot of companies. There's companies that give grants in every area, religious, cultural, education, parenting, seniors, substance abuse, alcohol, fathers, single mothers, animals, research, education, anything that has to do with children, youth. There are so many grants, personal development, staff development.
Wow.
There are grants for salaries. So when you're talking about companies, you're talking about billions of companies, but Pepsi-Cola is one of them, Coca-Cola, Hess, the gas stations, the banks. Banks are actually supposed to give you, the community, money for community initiatives. So this just the spectrum is broad.
Right.
Okay, you're talking about Burlington Coat Factory. You're talking about Target, different places that will give grants. And these funding is on all levels. And if you're just starting, you might want to start with mini grants. You say, well,
Right.
how would that help me?
Right. Right.
Well, if you found $100 and no one's around, would you be looking to give it back?
Right.
And if it only took you 15 minutes to get that
Right.
$100,
Right.
that might just be your new job,
Right. Right.
helping your company be sustain
Right.
the type of funding that is needed. And I've worked with a number of companies and clients. I've worked with churches. I've worked with pastors, ministers, schools, school districts.
Right.
I've worked setting up home care companies in Florida, Atlanta. There's so many different things. I've worked with elected officials, even on their campaigns,
Right.
and
Right.
funding and sponsorship, because all of that goes hand in hand. Because the money, there's grant money, there's contributions, there's sponsorships, there's in-kind.
Right.
So no dollar amount is too small, but
Right.
there's just so many customers. I have a client now She is working on a wonderful program, and we had such a powerful meeting today.
Mm-hmm.
But I've had an after-school program and a summer day camp. I've set up shelters.
Wow.
I've set up those kinds of things, and I've had such a vast experience in so many areas, which contributed to me growing up. I went through so much as a young girl, and until all of my experiences leads me to helping people set up their
Right.
companies and setting up their businesses, and helping them avoid the pitfalls and the mistakes that I've made.
Right, because some of those are so discouraging
Absolutely.
that people want to quit.
Right.
Because this is too hard. I
Yeah.
need funding. I don't know how to get funding. I don't know where to find somebody to help me to get funding, and they just quit.
And we don't want the customer to be frustrated.
Right.
You're our constituents. We want you to do this. We want to bring the same mannerism to the table that you bring.
Right.
So our company is called the Go-To Company.
Right.
We want you to be able to relax so that we can do the hard work.
Right.
Or whatever you need to do, we're going to take you to the process.
Right.
And everything we do for you, we explain the process. So guess what?
Teaching.
Now you become the expert.
That's the trainer
And all-
to trainer. That's training
Trainer
to
the trainer,
Yes.
actually, right.
Yes.
And so
yes.
those children that was in my after school program, I taught them how to do resumes when they were 12.
Yes.
All of them are grown. Some of them are exchange students. Some of them are doing great things. And I mean, there was about 50 or 60 of them. And I helped their parents go to school, work extra hours, get their degrees while I kept their children.
Wow.
So that was just a whole nother portion of the business. But I teach people how to set these things up, and became a consultant for the Board of Education in New York City and for the New York City Human Resources
Wow.
Administration.
Wow. That is amazing.
Yes.
And now, Margaretta, we were talking about business consulting
Yes.
and how it helped me in my grant writing quest and information fact finding.
Right.
Now, how has your classes helped some of your clients?
Oh, wow. My clients, these classes are, to me, they are the glue.
Yes.
I have a lot of clients who need funding, but they are not set up. They're not prepared for the funding. They don't even have a vision or a mission. And so my goal is to actually help create that business, that program, that mission, that goal, that initiative,
Yes.
so that we have a working piece. We have something to work with.
Okay.
And so as we do that, I have a lot of clients that really don't understand funding. They know they need it.
Right.
And that
Right.
is one of the biggest, most common problems among most businesses and nonprofits. It is the funding.
Yes.
And so what we do is we try to help you keep it simple. We unpack that business and help you keep it simple, but it's not, we magnify it in a way that it comes through. It is your dream. It's your vision. However, we want to make sure that we monetize it as well.
Right.
So writing is the key to that.
Wow.
Writing a winning proposal. So what we do is, I mean, I could not possibly write 1,000 proposals
Right.
in a week. We teach individuals, we teach groups how to write. We teach them the art of writing. We teach them the lingo and what to say, what is required, what are you looking for, but not to water down your vision. Keep your vision your vision. Let's just enhance it. Okay,
Wow.
let's embellish it. Let's make it jump off the paper.
Right.
Let other people feel your heart. And so we put that into the proposal, but we keep it clear.
Right.
We keep it simple, and we keep it decisive. And so when a grantor reads your proposal, know that there might be 50 other proposals
Right.
on his desk.
Right.
But yours, it has to be something about yours that really sticks out. So they do not want 100 pieces of paper. They're not asking for a synopsis or a dissertation.
Right. Right.
You have to be able to manage to put that on maybe 2 pieces of paper, the most. But it is the way that you write, it is the format, it is the clarity, and this is what we teach. We don't just show you how to write, we also give you a blueprint so that when you do take the class, you understand what is expected of you. And I believe that that's what really helped you out.
It did, because I had no idea about the process
Right,
of grant writing.
right.
And now that I see the benefits, I mean, it opened so many other doors for me.
Absolutely.
I'm a small business, and I'm looking to do things that require a lot of funding.
Right.
I want to teach large groups of children proper table manners. I want to teach young men how to be gentlemen. I want to teach older people,
Wow.
the different types of dinings, things that we were not taught as children.
Absolutely,
So,
Rachelle.
and a lot of companies are very interested because they see that I'm trying to help inspire, uplift, and educate our youth.
Absolutely.
That is the goal of my business, Rachelle Logan Media. That's what I do.
Right.
And a lot of times it costs money for supplies. It costs money for, to buy the food sometimes that I use during my etiquette classes.
Correct.
And believe it or not, sometimes these children have never been exposed to proper etiquette training.
Yes.
They've never been exposed to proper public speaking classes. Right. We have youth graduating from high school and college right now. I would love to get programs out there that can help prepare them for job interviews, right. How to properly dress, how to properly introduce themselves. And that requires funding.
And this is where the writing comes into play.
Right.
So now I also answer RFPs, requests for proposals, but when I write a proposal, and that's where my gifting area is.
Okay.
I am really gifted to write, and my writing, it just is I'm anointed to do it. That's one of my talents.
I've seen it.
And once I hear the heart of the matter, but that's where the writing comes in, because there's a scripture that says money answereth all things. And when you put it out there that this is what you're trying to do, and your initiative meets up with the initiative of the grantor,
right,
they'll say, that's the type of company that we want to be able to give this award to. Sometimes people don't get the award, and it's not that the company doesn't want to give it to you. They want everyone to have it. But sometimes they have a grant cycle that might go, they might look at proposals once a month. They might go to their board meeting quarterly. They may go bi-yearly, or they may go yearly. So it depends on the cycle of that company and their board meeting. But did you know there is money for everything? Everything you just mentioned, there is money in every category.
And on that note,
yes.
And how can they find you?
Well, you can find me by emailing me at Marge Young, WOS as in Sam, at yahoo.com. That's Marge with an E, MARGEYOUNG, WOS at yahoo.com. Or you can call me at 704-738-7377.
And for the listeners that are looking to start a business or just want to discuss some issues with Margaretta, she has a special deal for you.
Yes, Rachelle, and I'm so happy and honored to be able to give this package to your viewers. What we are doing, we have a 40% discount for you. Anyone who calls in today, anyone who calls in throughout the month of May, I want you to spring into action and be the change that you want to see, whether it be for-profit or nonprofit, and let us help you navigate that process. We will give you a 40% discount, and then we will turn around and match that with a sponsorship donation to Rachelle's organization, to her business, to continue to do what it is that she wants to do. Please don't forget, I do have a book out that's called Redefining My Role as a Leader, and
sounds wonderful.
You can get that book as well.
And if you decide that you want to reach out to Margaretta, say code word is Lady Rachelle. Okay? When you call her or email her or reach out to her, you will get that discount. All you have to say is Lady Rachelle.
Lady Rachelle.
Okay. Margaretta, thank you again.
Oh, you're
This has
so
been
welcome.
wonderful.
It's been my pleasure.
Thank you for watching my channel. Be sure to check out my website, RachelleLoganMedia.com. You can find the link in the description. I also have an online school teaching public speaking, etiquette, and much more. I also wrote multiple books for adults and children that will teach you to become the best version of yourself. Thank you and see you next time.